I think my YouTube channel banner is due for an upgrade, or rather a replacement. And today we're going to do that with ImageMagick. So ImageMagick, for those of you who don't know, is a very useful command line program for creating images, editing images, and that sort of thing. If you look at the YouTube requirements for YouTube banners, or I guess channel banners, you'll see that the minimum is a 2048 by 1152 pixel resolution at a minimum. And today we're just going to do just that. And the text and logo can't exceed 1235 by 338 pixels. And that's just because when you look at YouTube, and depending on the kind of platform that you're on, it's going to change. It's going to crop differently, basically. And in fact, my original, well, previous, I guess now, my previous banner was actually done with ImageMagick as well. I forgot exactly what parameters I used, so today we're going to use that as an opportunity to redo it, and really as a documentation. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're already subscribed, welcome back. So I'm going to kind of do this blind. You can kind of see I was kind of doing some stuff in preparation for the tutorial, but really I'm going to be doing this tutorial blind. And what I mean by that is I've already generated what I want. So this is what it's going to change to. It's just going to change to a black background, red letters, white outline saying Rudy's YouTube channel. But we're going to kind of work through the process together, because as it turns out, when you're actually doing stuff in ImageMagick, unless you're an absolute pro and you know all the parameters, you're not just going to do it one shot. You're just going to do like one little thing at a time. So like I said, the only thing you need for this tutorials is downloading ImageMagick. If you're on Linux, just look at your system repository, your system package manager repository. If you're on Windows or Mac, well, I'm sure it wouldn't be very complicated. If it is, I guess, sorry. But anyways, all you need is ImageMagick, and to invoke ImageMagick is actually this command called convert. So in fact, if you take a look at convert, it says overview. The convert program is a member of the ImageMagick suite of tools. So great. The only thing I have in this directory right now is the banner ridge, basically the one that I want, and banner, which is what we're going to be working with. And notice it's just like a replication of the command that we're going to eventually run. Just for my own safekeeping. In fact, I'm actually going to post the command itself in the description below. Really, what we're going to do in this video is an exercise in using ImageMagick, just going through step by step how you would do it, how you would actually do it, not just me like copying and pasting something and just going through and typing it out. I'm actually going to go through kind of like how you would do this sort of thing. So let's just start off with invoking convert. We're going to specify the size, which, if you remember from the YouTube site, it told us to use a 2048 by 1152 minimum resolution. We're going to use a black background, and we're going to set this to banner.png. Okay, no images defined, banner.png. Yeah, that's because it's a background, or that's the output. So in general, the structure for convert commands or ImageMagick commands is an input and then an output. Maybe you saw maybe you saw it in the man page. Just take a look at it. Basically, you have input options, and then the input file, then output file, then output options, then the output file. So I know what's happening. So it's because we kind of didn't do that. So actually what we want to do in this case, since it's just text on a background, we're going to do 1152 background black. But actually so this is just the option here, input option. But actually the input that we're going to actually want is a label. So this label is Rudy's YouTube channel. Hopefully I spelled that right. We'll see at the end because I have the one that I actually want. So we'll just kind of compare. And then the output file is what we wanted, banner.png. Great, so that went through. So this is what we just generated, banner.png, and this is the end game, basically the end state that we want, the end banner that we want, the target banner, if you will. Okay, so interesting. So it's just all black. I have a suspicion that it's because by default ImageMagick has a white background and black text. So let's just specify a white background. Let's take a look. Oh, that's great. So there's a couple things going on. One, some default fonts are loaded in because we haven't specified any sort of font, and the background is white, and the text itself is black by default. Okay, great. That's very helpful. So this is a very good starting point. So we're gonna specify background black, and then we're gonna make sure that the actual text itself is white. So we're gonna use fill white. So that's exactly what we want. White text. Again, it's not appearing just because of we haven't specified a default font when we invoke label. But yeah, it's exactly what we want. We want a white text on a black background. Okay, so let's just take care of that font problem. It shouldn't really matter. I just want to mention, I don't think it really matters where you put these options. Sometimes it does matter, but in this case I don't think it would be too big of a deal because everything that we're going to write just pertains to the actual text itself. Okay, so anyways, we're going to specify our font, and the font I'm going to use is Linux-Biolinum. Yeah. So this is going to depend on your system. This is just what I have happened to have downloaded. And in fact, if you try to run this command and you're having font problems, which is actually what I had before, let me know. Comment down below that's a problem you have, because I actually had this problem before I started recording, and I can make a tutorial on how to fix it. It's pretty straightforward, to be honest. Yeah, so there we go. It just kind of, I guess by default, it just takes up the entire width of the screen, I'm guessing, or maybe it's just big. But in any case, it's working. So we specify the background, we specify the text color, and we specify the font. So that's amazing. There we go. So let's just change that font because it's a little big. So to change the font in ImageMagick, you say point size as an option. Point size, let's just say 96. Oh wow, something happened. Oh, there we go, because I put it in the wrong place. See, I'm glad I'm going through this, because sometimes when you're working on these kinds of things, you just make silly mistakes like this, and then you might be pulling your hair out saying like, oh, like why isn't it working? And sometimes it's just just your own. Sometimes you're just your own worst enemy. So yeah, so point size, which is basically the font size, 96. So let's take a look. There we go. So that's kind of a reasonable size. Now this is in the top left corner, which is by default, but really we want this in the center. So how do we do that? So in fact, in ImageMagick, so just make sure I'm putting in the right spot. In ImageMagick, you do that with a option called Gravity. Gravity is just an option where you can specify where things are. So this could be like on the left side, this could be on the right, top left, bottom right, you know, anything you can imagine basically. But you can even specify by pixel position. So like where the starting where the top left box is. I don't know if that makes it, the top left corner of whatever you're trying to put, because in fact you don't even have to put text here. This could be like another image or whatever you want. So in this case we just want this centered, completely centered. So we're going to specify gravity center. It's kind of cutting here, but it's all one line. Gravity center. Okay, great, now it's centered. That's awesome. But kind of like what we wanted here, I actually want the actual text color to be red, but the red on black I just found didn't look so good. So in this case I wanted it red, you know, just because of YouTube, you know, to kind of that continuity of the color. But then I want the white outline, this white outline thing, so that there's kind of a breakup between the black and the red. So how do we do that? Well, let's just start by showing you what I mean. The fill, we don't want to be white, we want to be red. Oh, and by the way, if you wanted some, if you wanted an arbitrary color here, you do RGB, you know, close this and then specify the values. Let's say you want 255, which this is going to be red, because RGB stands for, if you didn't know, stands for red, blue, green. So let's just say fill RGB 25500. Oh, what's going on? I wonder if we have to do not quotes, but like this. I don't know how to describe it. Like it's next to the tilde font. Yeah, something's up. Oh, it's RGB. My bad. Maybe I have dyslexia or something, or it's just a typo. But anyways, it's RGB, red, green, blue. So that should work. So there we go. So, you know, maybe this looks kind of cool. Maybe it's fine actually. But just for the purposes of this video, we're gonna you put a white outline around this. So there we go. We just changed it to an arbitrary value. I'm actually going to change this back to red because I think, especially when going back to this, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being pedantic. You know, I'm just being particular for no reason. But yeah, I'm just going to do red. So it should be the same thing. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just kind of throwing that out there because instead of having black or red, you could just have any sort of arbitrary RGB value. You know, I'm actually going to go through and watch this video game. I wonder if when I said it originally, I said RBG, or if I actually said RGB, but, you know, just mistyped it. Anyways, so we want to put an out. So like I said, now we have red text on a black background, but we want to put an outline. So to do that, this option is called stroke. No, it's not. Hopefully this doesn't give you a stroke just watching, but stroke is just basically an outline. Maybe you know more about ImageMagick than I do, but that's just what it's called. I mean, you could do some other things to kind of have the same kind of similar effect, but I think this is the most elegant way to do this if you want something like this. So the stroke, this outline is going to be white, kind of like we were talking about. Oh, okay, once again, I did it again. I kind of put it in between options. So yeah, stroke, red. Oh, nope, that's not right. We want it stroke white and fill red. So let's take a look. Okay, yeah, that's what we wanted. Now, I just want this a little thicker. I think by default it's 1 pixel. So if you ever want to change the thickness of this outline, the option for that is stroke width, and we're gonna make it 2 pixels. So yeah, it's a little thicker. So I kind of like the look of this. So I think I'm kind of just looking through my notes here. I think that's what we want. Let's just compare. Oh, I just kind of made a little typo. YouTube technically is U and then capital T tube. So we're just gonna change that little typo really quick. All we're doing right now is I'm just kind of comparing what I wanted versus what we just made here together. Oh yeah, so I kind of just changed it to I changed from 98 to 96, but it's not a big deal. Yeah, we're just keeping 96. Originally I had it font size 98. So anyways, yeah, that should be good. Yeah, that should be really good right there. Yeah, and I guess yeah, that's the video. And if you had, like I said, if you had any sort of problems doing this, and if you had any sort of problems doing this, or you had questions, or just let me know. And if this was useful to you, please drop a like. I know everyone says drop a like if you liked it, but I mean, it just gives me feedback to see if people actually want to see this. Or I mean, really, at the end of the day, this is really for my own good, so that even I can remember going, just in case I need to change it again, or I'm just trying to create something similar. I can always look back at this, but if people really like this, it lets me know like that people actually want to see this kind of content. And it just kind of encourages me to make similar kind of videos, as opposed to, again, so like the thing is, I'll make, as you probably see on this channel, and if you haven't seen, please take a look. I kind of post various things. It's not necessarily one theme, it's just kind of many kinds of themes. So by dropping a like, it's kind of letting me know my audience and what the audience wants. So if I see that if people like this kind of more tech tutorial kind of videos, that kind of encourages me to keep making that kind of stuff. As opposed to, like, let's say I see more likes on the meme videos, that encourages me to make more meme videos. So anyways, like I said, yeah, that's a video. Ask me any questions in the comments, or any problems you have. I'm definitely going to drop this command in the description, for if you just want to play around with this. Yeah, leave a like, and if, like it's kind of related, if you like this sort of content, or you look around my channel and it's content that you're interested in, please subscribe. I guess I would tell you to hit the bell, but that's up to you. I mean, I know it's annoying. I really hate how people say subscribe and hit the bell notification so you get the latest updates. I've heard too that people don't like. That's not even necessarily true. You won't even get it like when it's like right. When it's just when something's just published. But even more than that, I think it's a very personal thing to decide. Oh, I want updates. I just think if you subscribe. And by the way, you can subscribe with the RSS feeder. I think that's great too. So however you do it, just if you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe too. So you can kind of see some new stuff. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. See ya.